Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, November 14, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Orlando Magic vs Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets are dealing with injuries and are struggling to win games and cover spreads as a result. They have now dropped a whopping 8 games in a row due to a lack of scoring. The Magic are a hungry young squad and have now won 2 consecutive games against strong foes in the Mavericks and Suns. Furthermore, the Hornets will be without Hayward, while Dennis Smith Jr. is questionable. They are stumbling offensively, netting 100 or fewer points in 5 out of their last 7 games. The Magic are playing stifling defense, conceding only 87 and 97 points respectively in their last 2 games against the Suns and Mavs. The Magic were able to hold Charlotte to only 38% shooting in the first meeting. Orlando Magic -1 points. The under seems like the better play according to the adjusted defensive rating from Dunks and Threes, as the Hornets are 17th with a 111.9 rating thus far, while the Magic are 15th with a 111.5 rating up to this point. In the last 4 games, both offenses have been doing well as Charlotte is scoring 105.5 points per game, while Orlando is averaging 114.5 points per game. These teams have solid shooting percentages and should be able to find the basket often in this game. All in all, go with the under in this game to hit as well. Under 221 points. Detroit Pistons vs Toronto Raptors. The Pistons have lost 6 of their last 7 games and 2 of their last 3 home games. They aren't very good offensively, scoring less than 110 points per game. They aren't shooting the ball well from the field and from long distance. They've also been careless with the ball, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the short-handed Raptors, who are averaging more than 12 steals per game in their last 3 games. Things won't get easier for them in this game because they will be without 2 of their top 3 scorers, and they're facing a team that is keeping opponents under 110 points per game, so expect the Pistons to struggle offensively in this game. The Raptors have also struggled in recent games, especially on the road where they have lost 4 straight games. Despite their slump and the fact that they've been without Pascal Siakam, who will miss this game, for the last 5 games, they continue to play well offensively, scoring 111 points per game in their last 3 games. They have been very aggressive on the offensive glass, grabbing more than 17 offensive rebounds per game, which will lead to extra scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball and won't give up a lot of easy baskets. With the Pistons giving up more than 115 points per game at home, they will have a hard time slowing down the Raptors, so go with Toronto to cover the spread. Take the Toronto Raptors. Toronto struggled in the 4th quarter, getting outscored by 22 points in the final frame as they lost 118-104 to the Indiana Pacers. OG Anunoby scored 26 points for the short-handed Raptors, who led 90-82 after 3 quarters before the Pacers took control of the game in the 4th. Missing the injured Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, Toronto shot 6 for 21 in the final period, missing 8 3-point attempts. The Pacers made 19 threes to Toronto's 7. Cade Cunningham will be out for at least a week with shin soreness, and the Pistons look disheveled on both ends without their best player in the lineup. Bogdanovic had 15 points in the first half, including a pair of free throws with 0.1 seconds left in the 2nd quarter that gave Detroit a 57-55 lead. They did not sniff it again in the 2nd half as Boston and Tatum took control midway through the 3rd quarter. Detroit has lost 8 of their first 11 games to open the year. Detroit and Toronto sit in the middle of the pack in pace through the opening month of the season. Missing the injured Pascal Siakam and the ill Fred VanVleet, Toronto shot 6 for 21 in the 4th quarter last game against Indiana, missing 8 of 9 3-point attempts. They went ice cold in a game they led by 8 entering the 3rd. I expect them to bounce back offensively in a big way here against the Pistons. The young rebuilding Pistons are bottom 5 in points allowed and opponent field goal percentage. Toronto shot 39% for the game and was edged 61-49 on the glass. Look for that to change in a big way here as well. Take the over 220 points in this one with confidence. Miami Heat vs Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns have picked up where they left off last season, at least as far as the regular season goes. The Suns have raced out to an 8-4 record and have the best record in the Pacific Division, leading the Clippers by 1.5 games. However, the Suns have lost 2 of 3 on this current road trip, including an upset delivered by the Orlando Magic. The Magic smoked the Suns 114-97 as a 7-point underdog. The Suns played without 2 starters, including Chris Paul and Cam Johnson. The Miami Heat didn't get off to the best start this season, but they have played well as of late. The Heat have won 4 of their last 6 games and 2 in a row. They are now 3rd in the Southeast Division, 2 games behind first place Atlanta. Those 2 wins were both over the struggling Charlotte Hornets. The Heat pounded the Hornets on Saturday by the score of 132-115. The Heat lit up a lackluster Charlotte defense for 53% shooting and 16 three-pointer. They also out-rebounded Charlotte 46-37. The Suns are really banged up right now. Paul is questionable, and while Ayton is playing, he is banged up too. Cam Johnson will be out until January, and with Jay Crowder's holdout, they are now pretty thin. I doubt that Paul will play on this final game of their road trip. He'll probably just wait until they get back home, as this is the final game of the road trip. Miami is playing better right now, and they should be able to take care of business against a road-weary, banged-up Suns team. Take the Heat to cover the spread. The Suns made only 4 of their first 19 three-point shots and fell behind by 11 points before Payne shot them back into the game late in the first half. Chris Paul was sidelined by a sore right heel, and backup guard Landry Shamet did not play as he is going through concussion protocol. Phoenix is giving up the fewest points per game entering this contest with the Heat, but they are not the same team without Chris Paul in the lineup. He is listed as questionable for this game against Miami, but he is trending toward playing after Phoenix had the weekend off. Entering this contest with the Heat, the Suns are allowing 105.5 points per game, the lowest number in the NBA. Neither team has pushed the pace this season, with both clubs ranking in the bottom 3rd. That will change for Phoenix as Chris Paul eases his way back into the lineup, but this looks to be a low-scoring defensive affair. After Miami put up 132 on Charlotte and shot the lights out, the Suns will limit them in a big way here. I expect the Suns to win this game, but they will struggle to score as well against a Miami team that allows less than 110 points per game. Take the under 216.5 points here with confidence.